Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 in part 2 of our Jade Dragon Immortal Empires campaign. Huge thank you once again to Creative Assembly for providing me here with early access so that I can show you all the Shadows of Change DLC early. We're going to dive right on in here with where we left off with the Siege of Pahwaks, wiping out the last, the Blue Vipers. They've got one more settlement up here in the north for us to take out, but we are here against Gorkill, the Spider Killer. Got himself some big biggins by the name of Grogrut, Face Smasher, and even some more boy biggins. So it's going to be at least a more scary army than normal, but it's got a whole bunch of savage lads be ripped apart by magic. Let's dive on in and savage some orcs. Alright, the Scourge of Pahwaks. Let's go ahead and set up. Loki is playing with her little bell toy. Of course, as soon as we start the battle here, let me go ahead and stop that because that is going to be obnoxious on the mic. You stay here with our lads of Stone and Steel, and I'll be right back. Alright, just how we like to start off our episodes. If you come on over to the Discord, you can take a look at the little fuzzy demon that has been interrupting so many of our campaigns here. So where is going to be the best place for us to be attacking on through? 2 towers here. They could man a few more if they so wish. A absolute gauntlet of towers on this side. Coming through the woods, there would only be the one, which does seem to be the way we normally attack these Lizardmen cities here. 3, they don't have any artillery, so we're going to go ahead and set everyone up over here. Jade Dragon does not have Vanguard deployment, sadly enough. We're going to set him and Shunma up front. I'm going to keep the Jade Warriors back for a moment. Got a bit of strange terrain. We'll set them up. That way their armor and shields should be able to block most of the tower damage, if any actually can get over to them. We'll have the lads of spear variety behind them. And then the rest of our peasant mob is hanging out on the inside. Get them in more of a square formation there. And then get them in their groups. We'll bring the Longma on over as well. I'd like to have them not in the woods, but I'm not actually sure if the trees slow them down.
We can eradicate them from afar.
Indeed. Set the crowmen up on this side, and then we shall get this battle started. Jade Lion also up front with Yuan Bo and Shunma. Let's get this thing started. The you 3 just dive on into the fray there. I'm going to leave Yuan Bo in human form for a while. Just as his human form is able to execute his enemies, and he's able to drop down the blade. When you're in dragon form, even if your enemies are under 20% health or 33% later on with your skills, you will not be able to execute them, simply because he can only do so in human form. Move quick, lads. Do a bit of dodging. He has a ton more health than the others. But don't mind so much if he gets shot at. Shunma needs not to hit though, so let's make sure she does not. Let's have the Crowmen and the Longma Riders start moving in. We're going to go ahead and overcast the metal spell, get everyone that's on the wall and off. Let's send the Longma Riders in to start ripping apart some orc boys there. Yeah, some solid damage. They tried to flee on down and it did not work for them at all. Alright, the Executioner. Jade Lion battering itself against the gatehouse. Some really awesome animations there. Say it again and again, the work that has been done on this DLC is incredible. Let's pull you guys back. I realize they've tried to lure us on down. You two Crowmen, let's come on over the top. See if we can locate any enemy towers or anything of the like. There's one coming on in. We could actually just have you both savage this group in the back. Shunma, we need more spells. Huge group of orcs here. Actually had a miscast there, which is not great, but such is the way. Go ahead and start ripping on in. Grant Yuan Bo the extra fire damage. Now he should be incredibly devastating. Seems like there's almost no cooldown on the Jade Lion breath, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure it's not meant to be. Cooldown is 30 seconds, so it's pretty quick. Alright, we've got them battered. Let's go ahead and send in the infantry. I'm going to go ahead and grab them and drag them up with Control and Alt. Bring them on in. Yuan Bo can really hold the line by himself. Bring the Jade Lion back. Drop down some more metal spells here. And go see how our Longmas and Crow are working. Longma have them bogged down, and the Crows have landed on it as well. They're ripping some works apart. I like to say them start using their little blades. They're supposed to have a bunch of little, like, hooked daggers all over their belts. It seems like they're fighting mostly with their claws. I ripped this orc's skull from his body. Just diving into the fray. Even in slow-mo, these guys move quick. I wonder if they have the extra fast attack kind of trait 2 hidden on in there. We blended through that group. They did take a fair bit of damage themselves, but it didn't look like they actually lost any models. Jade Lion is in a bit of trouble, so we're going to go ahead and pull him on through. We're going to drop down the Emperor's Executioner on this poor fool. And no Jade Shield, just come on through and dive into these Savage Orc boys here. The rest of the lads are moving on in quickly as they can. We'll have these two. Really, we just want to bring them forward. Let the spears kind of hang in there. Jade Lion's taking a lot of damage. Has gotten lured in, and he's completely surrounded by archers at this point, so let's go ahead and bring the Crowman over the top. Have them get this weakened group of archers, and you guys dive into this one here. Yeah, our Lion needs to flee pretty quickly. Not great.
Master of Meteor Winds!
My elixirs are ready.
Alright then, Spearman. Looks like the Lion's gonna have no trouble escaping. He just batters his way on through. Sorry, buddy. You heal on up, and we'll get you back in the fray in no time. Okay, so they gave up on their attack order. Let's go ahead and surround this arrow tower here, and then we'll dive them on in. As things get real feisty. Uh-oh, Gorkill. You have hit the threshold of doom. And we building under attack. Drop down the extra damage for Yuan Bo here. I'm gonna rip this guy apart. You all focus down the same units here. Our Lion's back. We're not going to bring him on in. Just leave them back. Alright, starting to get some overzealous archers firing on us. We can't have that for very long there. Are you all really able to stave off Yuan Bo for that long? Get him. He's been winning these battles more or less by himself. Alright, we can bring the Jade Warriors in now. We'll have them crash in behind archers. Go ahead and take up position. Take his positions as such. We'll have you boys actually just start dueling with their archers there. Yuan Bo, drop down the Executioner. Blade of Doom. And that's the end. Awesome to see. Crows are diving on into combat. Let's bring the Riders of Wage in on over to help out, as they're fighting a whole bunch of Savage Orcs, and that's not really the fight for the Crowmen. More spells. You all set up on the fort wall there. We're going to bring these guys on around. Doing a fairly well job at dueling with the enemy there. Fairly good job, that is. Bring the Lion on in. Extra damage is extra damage. We're going to switch Yuan Bo then to Dragon mode. Pros, let's go ahead and pull you guys out of combat. You've been having to do lots of replenishing. Jade Dragon, go chase down these boar boys here. We're going to have the Jade Warriors set up and just wait. Let the archers start launching their shots over the walls. Jade Lion, come on in and help the dragon out. Perfect.
Without hesitation.
Getting shot at from several different positions there. That's not fantastic. All of the different towers they can get on in. Jade Lion away from combat.
For the Emperor. Stone and
Deal with
steel.
these savage orcs.
Restore order.
Archers keep firing over the walls there. Shunma, what are you doing? No one knows. See if we can get her to cast some magiques on these ogres here. Or orcs.
Cavalry.
We've lost a few riders. Probably want to pull them on out, let them charge back in, because they're starting to take some serious damage there. Have the crows come on up over the top.
The freedom of my
Jade Dragon keep them chopped down. Spears come on down and lock them into combat. And we'll send the Jade Warriors forward.
Dragon God. Wind and
We'll just come over the top for now.
dragon.
Help out with the Arrow Boys. Bring you both through. No reason to take all that extra damage. Where are you going, Roman? Interesting. We'll take the win. Take far more damage than I think we should have, but the orcs fall. Alright, a close victory. We'll have to make sure in our future sieges we do a better job of moving the entire army up together. Was wanting to make sure we limited casualties as our Jade Warriors and our different peasants actually suffer quite a bit against the individual savage orcs. But it backfired just a smidge.
We shall annex this.
We shall. Who do we have? What's going on? Why would it send us all the way over here? We've got ourselves a Sword Master for an upkeep drop for Jade Warriors and their Halberd variant as well. The Pigeon Plucker Pendant for anytime we're going to be fighting against, hopefully, the Pterodons, if Hexawaddle has recruited any of them up. Not the best talisman to grab, but if we are to have any of them, I'm glad we have one. Junma has got herself a Warhorse. We're going to grab her, keep her on that, so that way she can move around quite quickly. Well, I like their melee animations on foot. They just are too good to keep on the horse to move around quickly. 10% more movement range, less attrition, and perfect vigor for Yuan Bo. Just in a few battles there. Incredible. Alright, my friend, you are up to 8 skill points. Once we hit 10, we're going to stop spending them, and we're going to start grabbing and saving for rank 12. That way we can get 2 skill points, at least if I can remember to. 2 skill points to start. We can grab the Celestial Administration, so any of our Shugengun-blooded lords we recruit after that are going to be +5 in their recruit ranks. We actually might disband Minbo here for the moment. And then we will likely go for either the Bureaucrat of the highest order to drop construction cost and time for buildings, or possibly just Heart of Order for even more movement range, so we can zoom around our own territory. Will allow us to get around Lustria quite quickly. In the meantime, we're going to come on in here and grab either Net of Amentok or the Blossom Wind. I think Blossom Wind would be better inside of... It is a very fast-moving area of effect. So kind of blast through a line without doing too much damage if you're not getting it in a good angle. A Net of Amentok we could use to destroy large units with our archers. We're going to go ahead and go for this one. Net of Amentok, and we will... Should we double down so it's very cheap? No, let's grab the Blossom Wind for a toolbox.
The Jade Dragon.
Shunma, we're going to come on over and finally grab Giena's Golden Hounds for that lovely Vortex spell there. We're going to decide, do we want the Vortex or do we want the Plague of Rust? 30 drop of armor is actually pretty incredible. Would allow Yuan Bo to actually get his Executioner off faster. We're going to try to go for this one. Normally I would go for Giena's. We're going to try up a little bit of a mix-up here with the Plague of Rust. This will actually help out all of our peasant archers who don't have that much innate armor piercing. At only 1. They need to sharpen their arrows a bit better. Flint
So
is
much
not the way. Alright, Jade Dragon. I would like 4 Jade Warriors total. And we'll have 1 more archer. Just 2 more levels and we can grab the Grace of Kuai Yin, which are Celestial Dragon. Hang on now. We unlocked the Celestial Dragon crossbows and the Peasant Archers on the same level. Perhaps the Peasant Archer should come in at rank 8, along with the Empress's Roman. And we can get our Celestial Dragon crossbows at rank 10. Alright, Minbo is doing some recruiting, giving her a fair, decent group of peasants. We can come on out and investigate the shipwreck if Yuan Bo is not finished with the ogres. Keep calling these guys ogres. They're just simple greenskins. Back over in Shangwu in the Baleful Hills, we've got Pengbo recruiting up in the Bridge of Heaven, and actually I think we're going to have him grab a few more. Can't do global, let's just grab one more unit of archers. Just a complete hail of arrows is what we're going for. Everyone in Cathay is a master of the longbow. Little did you know. Into diplomacy real quick. See if we can't get involved in any extra wars either for more deals. Zhao Meng is actually doing very well for himself. Strength rank 3. He doesn't need any extra help.
Instrument of the Divine.
Jade Custodians are fighting against Lokir. Not yet. No enemies just yet. They're going to start losing their settlements pretty quick.
So,
We could make deals with the New World colonies. The only issue is, you boys are in my land. The Jade Dragon doesn't share very well. We will need allies, though, of fighting against the Lizardmen. So let's go ahead and we will ally up with the New World colonies, as they're at least a human faction. 1 gold coin. We'll take it.
I will.
Fighting them off is probably a good call, but we can also use them as a distraction against Exwaddle. They're fighting against Skeggy, though. Interesting, interesting.
Wind Shaper.
And as the Jade Dragon, if you come on into the Matter's Estate, you don't necessarily have to worry once you actually gain up more of your tokens about your allies so much, because you can just slip on the Mask of Jade, and all of a sudden your faction's diplomatic reliability is reset to very high and cannot be reduced this turn. So, I know it's never a war crime the first time. Or the second time with the Jade Dragon.
Keeper
Or the
of
third.
wishing.
Depending on what he is wearing. Very intriguing. Alright, we are going to come on in here. Isle of the Crimson Skull is going to take 3 turns to upgrade. I know we could come on in and instantly finish this. But before I do so, I'm going to check. Just go with the Province tab. 1 turn on the Riverlands. Ahwax has the training camp. That's why we're able to get in the Jade Warriors there. Very fair enough. I'm going to keep Ahwax as a military district. And then we will come on in. We have 1 turn until this is available. How sad. Well, in that case, I'm actually tempted. Is this thing going up to tier 3 or just tier 2?
We are in need.
Now we've got a fair decent bit of time before we can actually activate that. Slotting some of these back on over, we could either commission the artisans here for 4 random magical items. Swap between yin and yang equivalent where possible. Or the commercial district, which is really what we're trying to get towards. So let's start moving those tokens towards the commercial district. Let's grab Levy the Provinces. We're going to add it on over here towards, I think, Yuan Bo. Minbo's going to take 2 turns, but I don't really mind that so much. Let's get Yuan Bo all sorted out. Perfect.
Sorcery through me.
And we could honestly grab a few more soldiers just to kind of max things on out. But I'm going to leave this as is, just for the upkeep. We are going to go ahead and end the turn. Right, a quest issued, Armor of the Dragon's Gaze. Occupy, loot, raise, or sack 3 different settlements. We are at 0 of 3. Shining jewels of brilliant jade are said to lie hidden throughout this land, looted by enemy powers too foolish to know their worth. According to ancient rumor, such gems are teeming with mystic energy, granting boundless sight to any who should possess them. Armor adorned with such jewels would be a powerful boon indeed. One need only wrench the shining stones from the hands of the unworthy. Boundless sight, huh? That sounds like some Tsinchian stuff. Arbor of the Dragon's Gaze will give us relations with Cathay and armor. A drop to enemy hero success chance. Wound recovery time -1, and then our lovely ward save ability. We need to get right on that. Clan Krizer and Folge have, oh, and the Rock Skulls as well, have met their end.
The celestial commands.
And such is the fate for the weak. Let's go ahead and
Tell the
pull
soldiers, move.
into an ambush.
Used to hiding in plain sight.
Indeed. We're going to scoot right on over.
March for your rations.
There's no more greenskins left.
It is a burden.
There's no reason to ambush then. We're just going to gather up as much magical energy as we can and attack. Minbo is all recruited up as well. Let's give her one more unit of... Well, let's give her 2 Jade Warriors and then 1 unit of Long Spears and another Archer. Don't know that we can necessarily afford all of this.
I should be at the celestial city.
232.
Not on the field.
I think we can just barely, especially with some of these other buildings coming in very soon. We are not going to rush construction just yet. What I'm going to do is hit the rush construction once we start building buildings in the Isle of the Crimson Skull, as we can get all of the construction done immediately in one city. Back to the Riverlands. Do some fighting. Pingbo.
Instrument of the divine.
Guaranteed the undead are hiding in their
Celestial
last
General.
settlement there. Okay.
Cease.
2 armies at once.
Attention. I must keep our forces.
Well, I would very much like to recruit more. Let's try to lure them
Servant
over.
of the dragons.
I don't know how far Raynor can move, which is not good. But I
not
know
mistake me
Yue
for the fool.
can likely reach all the way up to the Bridge of Heaven.
In all things.
Let's head on up next to these oxen here. I guess these aren't ox. These are wolves.
Stay
But
mobile.
hello there, wolves. We're gonna hide amongst your people. Thank you for your hospitality. Right, we do what we can. Cathay is such a beautiful area of the map, too. Shiwu, where's Fuchao at? Figured that will be the court of the Sea Dragon once she's here. I don't see Fuchao. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be here. I think it might be down just further south. We shall locate it in due time.
The Empire
Ostermark would like
must fight.
non-aggression. We're down to a single settlement. Yeah, Dreicha does not like the pink cloaked Imperials.
I will listen, but my time is short.
You don't know how right you are, buddy.
Empire's blessings. Yes.
Celeste.
But
Leader
Of course, making Dreicha mad is
Fall
probably
in.
not a good call.
you do.
But here we are. Trying our best.
The nation calls.
When we are able to unlock the next ROR units, I'm going to go ahead and slot the
Sorcerer.
Flaming Archers
General.
with our anti-undead faction.
My
Could be
time
lovely.
for poetry and calligraphy. Shrink, be gone before your execution is ordained.
Well, it looks like Yue would like to try to peace out. You own land in my territory, sir. The answer is no. You shall be annihilated. Bearsonling has... See? Bearsonling is showing you how it's going to be. We've also gained the Scroll of Leeching. It's going to drop enemies' Winds of Magic Recharge. That'll be good for our anti...
The
Actually,
Jade
get over here too, fighting
Dragon.
against X-Waddle. Jade Dragons, go ahead and finish off the Shrine of Sotek here.
For Cathay. For
For
our
Cathay.
family.
Very growly, sir. Let's give this first battle here to the Auto Resolve, see how unkind they are to our Jade Warriors.
Let their wounds be
And that's pretty brutal. We will go ahead and take the occupation rather of the Shrine of Sotek.
expanding harmony across the world.
Blue Vipers have been wiped out. And we can not quite gain on in the lads I'd like to. The Armies of the Celestial Court gives us more uses for woojing compass-bound spells. Bonus versus infantry for Jade Lions, Jet Lions, and Onyx Crowman. +8 for all armies. Resistance for the Jet Lions, and then the Mastery of the Elemental Winds for all Jade Lions. It's time for us to grab the armies of the Celestial Court. That's fantastic. Just some kind of hidden faction-wide buffs. Perhaps the most eclectic of the Cathayan war hosts, serving directly under Yuan Bo, the Celestial Court commands Cathay's wizards and their magical craft in war.
My effectiveness could be increased.
That is very true.
Warriors for the Empire.
Oh, hello there, Landwill. See, you've come on up to face down the orcs with us. While we don't have our extra War units yet, grab some spearmen to fill in the gaps.
There is merit in this.
Plenty of income at the moment. Minbo will give you one more spearman and one more archer. Chaff army. Will work out just fine with our dragon-blooded.
Celestial ancestors.
She's the one with dragon's breath, so will actually work out quite well if we go fight the undead pirates there. Over in the Riverlands, we can upgrade Shangwu. Absolutely. Actually, we could decide to rush construction and finish Shangwu immediately. I do actually think it'll be a better call to use this over in the Jade Dragons area. Finish several buildings all at once.
So many dragons.
He's just going to stay back and
Talk of the disappeared.
do nothing. Interesting strategy. I don't want to come over there to you. That's just a huge amount of chaff. And we have no spellcasters in this army.
Building harmony.
We can catch them in a ambush.
General.
We could be in pretty good shape.
Ancestors.
Let's
Guide
move
us.
across the way there and see if we can't catch them. I'm not going to recruit anymore. One more time
I
there.
will make a soldier.
Give you
out
a
of
bit
every
of
raw
false
recruit.
confidence. That's at least the idea. Back over with Yuan Bo. Pull up our diplomacy. I guess it'll throw us all the way back over to Cathay.
All right.
Helmheim would like a non-aggression.
What? Yes,
We'll go for
I
it.
will listen, but my
Almost
time is
pre-agreement.
short.
We're getting there.
I will.
He's dealing with Festus. And Xi is currently attritioning right on down. Hope we don't get a plague there, buddy. Wash your hands
The dragon.
aggressively
Who calls?
with fire. You guys don't want to trade, but you want military access. That's not how it works.
Every last darkness comes.
Every lost beast.
Double the practice drills.
Back on over to Yuan Bo. I think the time for war with the lizards is very, very soon.
Gifts from Shangyang.
Right, another faction has fallen. The Dim Suns, I believe, are up in Cathay. That is good to see. Xi gains a plague on his way through. Told you to wash your hands. Arian and enemy of the dragons successfully carry out an assassination of a character belonging to the enemies of the Eastern River Lords. This one has made an enemy of our ken. Eliminate this wretch, and their loyalty to us is assured. Will also give us a luck stone for 7% extra physical resistance.
The Celestial
business.
commands.
We are going to send Yuan Bo. Might reach the remnants of battle there.
Natural authority.
Neither can you. I am tempted to go ahead and grab the Wellsprings of Eternity and hand it over to Wolfheart. For now, though, and actually I didn't gain as many build spots over here as I thought I would. Do we want to branch even further over into Yen? We do need a bit of income. Shut down the Wares building, which is just a flat income generated buff. 1 to 2 doesn't give us any extras, but Yen 3 to 5 gives us that construction time and decrease, which is really what we're going for here. Let's jump on in the spice market for a bit more gold. And then we're going to wait the 5 turns. Indeed. Let's come on over to Shangwu and activate the old speedy construction. Couldn't have done this last turn, but I figured we would gain more than a single point of construction slots. That's alright. We'll finish this one up. Shangwu is now able to be upgraded. Lovely.
Harmony
Surely no
falls.
peasants were harmed in the making of this speedy city here. Tier 7, or Tier 5, rather. We can count. Is what the Palace of Scrolls is, so we have to wait a fair bit of time. That is just fine. Over here in Shangwu, we're also going to try to push things towards the end, just to help out with our growth. I just go for the spice market. Local province. All income from all buildings. Let's go for this instead. And actually, over in the Aymara swamps, we'll do the same. Growth and income from all buildings. With the tea parlor. We're going to be having lots of tea.
Keeper of Wuxing.
Alright, Jade Dragon, come on out.
That location seems wise.
I agree. You are going to go ahead and start channeling more winds.
Elemental wind, blow.
They do. And you are going to grab metal shifting. Not super necessary just yet. An extra point into Plague of Rust. That way we can overcast it and get that negative 60 armor, which is a huge debuff. Will allow our peasant archers to really start
Master
biting
of
into
the
enemies that
ritual.
even would have armor normally. Perfect. 1,700 gold. How long until our Ivory Road is complete? A single turn. So now are we able to come in here to the Wujing Compass, select the Warpstone Desert and make our cargo cost more? We no longer would gain the Ancestral Warriors, but I actually don't think we need them so much. It would help out against the undead. Warpstone Desert will allow us to sell our cargo for 20% more. Corruption reduction, income and control. I think we're going to switch over to the Celestial Lake. Extra wins for all of our spellcasters, more income from all of our buildings, and then more control as well, which will actually help out with growth here in the short term until we can actually secure the Nongchang Basin, which is over in the Great Turtle Isle, which will be our next beeline, as the one in Hexawaddle is actually the Dragon River, which all this does is make your characters immortal and drop your attrition casualties by 75%, which is a fair amount, but not enough that I say would warrant actually using it. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Celestial Lake. Everything else is going to start decreasing little by little. I wonder how many of these we can get active at the same time. We'll see here. Current balance 20. It increases by 2 each turn. How much does it decrease by? Guess we'll find out. I guess we shall find out.
Leader of men.
Alright, Bangbo, they are absolutely not falling for
I'd wither first.
the ambush.
Serve
It looks like
from
they're
the
recruiting
front.
more.
Soldiers of the dragon.
Scoot forward a little bit. Oh, you can help out even across the river, can you?
Servant of the
How is that allowed? You can reinforce across the river?
She's impudence.
It is.
Celestial General.
Alright, Pangbo, let's make sure you are not at any kind of disadvantage. Let's scoot back to the Bridge of
Establish a
Heaven,
safe room for my council.
and we're going to recruit in more spears. Bring it on. Looks like Young Sun is coming on over to deal with them as well. She might scare them off, or force this army to come on over and deal with her, which would allow us to crunch Yue then from there. Minbo, I think your army is more than enough to handle a shipwreck. Let's come on up and do
Sent
so.
by our ancestors.
I'll let the
Never flag, never falter.
mid of the Empire worry about
Within my
settling
reach.
that other settlement there. I got one of the Zhanggu war drums on here too, which Zhanggu actually translate to war drum. So it is a war drum,
In
because
execution.
of course it is.
What honor you do me with this embassy?
Well, hello, Mingfan. You would like military access. We can do that for you. He's now at war with both the Dead Fleet Flag, or the Dead Flag Fleet, and Loki at the same time.
We grow closer under the Celestials' auspices.
Oh, they hid that last part. The Hairy Plague. Oh my. A horde of chittering spider monkeys descends from the mountains, stealing food from markets, prizing metal from carriages and window frames, and even tearing jewelry from the necks and hands of horrified civilians. These monkeys. Let the populace deal with it. These are citizens of the Celestial Empire. If they cannot deal with a few thieving monkeys themselves, they've barely deserved the Moon Empress's love. We could spend 500 to poison the fruit and gain some control. Let's do that. Help out the Humies. All things in balance, 3,000 treasury and the Forbidden Rod. Awesome. I don't tend to use the items that damage your own lads for extra magic. Cheese Caravan has been completed. And we've gained the Luminarch Lens, which will apply a weakness to fire damage plus 40% to all enemy armies in the local region, or I guess minus 40%, as well as bound spell Fireball. That's going immediately off of the G Caravan. I think coming on over to Yuan Bo for now. We now have a mission to grow our forces and recruit 30 new units, which is on. We'll grab the Serene Cloud Prayer Flag, 20 extra leadership, and 750 treasury. I might as well say unbreakable.
The Jade Dragon.
Alright, Hexawaddle. Your enemies are only skeggy. Intriguing. Well, you now find yourself at odds with the Jade Dragon. You just don't know it yet. Let's let Menbo come on in and do us proud. Clearly, two ships met in combat and brought each other low. Their rival crews drowning in battle and hatred. Their loss could be your gain, as the sunken ships lean on each other in unstable fashion. Time is short. Salvage must be sought quickly. We either gain a sunken chest for better on campaign, or true silver for better in battle. Let's take the chest. Spyglass to pierce the Shroud of War, and wax-sealed rations to keep the armies healthy. MREs for the boys, and 1,500 treasury. Landwill is out being spooky, we'll have to keep that in mind. Bingbo, go back in March Stance, come back onto the land. Stay off the water. That's the danger zone. A lot of dark shards. Fairly low armor on the Druki, though. It's not to say we are going to do any kind of underestimating. But fairly low armor. Let's go for the Contemplation Gardens here in... Landscaping is an art held dear by Cathayans, said to invigorate yen breezes at night, so gardens of contemplation are located across the nation. Does that say Gotrek and Felix may appear in this region? Beautiful. That's exactly what we need. And Gotrek and Felix.
The celestial city, ensuring the Empire is well, not on the field.
Brother, you're fine on the field. Quit complaining. Indeed, we can't delegate it. Sorry, Mazdamundi. Your geomantic web must fall. You gonna spit it on out? Not this time?
End this paltry thought.
My demise will be swift. Let's go crush some skanks. Alright, this is obviously a battle we absolutely had no reason to fight other than being disrespectful. So let's set up the peasant archers. Like so. We'll go ahead and put these 3 units forward, because we do have missile advantage here.
Never conquered! Peasant archers!
These boys to about this position. Don't have to worry about any flanking nonsense.
Move as one!
There are Jade warriors. I'm going to deploy most of them.
Never
In
conquered.
these positions, they're not obstructing anyone.
Warriors!
Shouldn't be obstructing anyone.
Steel!
Spearmen behind.
Stone and steel! Defenders of Cathay!
We've got our Jade Lion. Our Crowman. Other cavalry.
Wind and fire. Cavalry, form up.
Now let's eviscerate them.
Shaper of steel.
That'll begin. Onward to your doom. How much spell mastery do you have now? You gonna tell us here or no? That's just fine.
A better position.
Dive into whoever counts as their lord. They're gonna go ahead and line up for us. We're going to blast an overcasted Blossom Wind to see how much damage we can get. It's a 3-second cast. Come on, faster. Yeah, we definitely need to go quicker than. That's not 3 seconds. We have been bamboozled.
Master of meteor winds.
Here come the skinks. Look, those javelin troops there. Don't get javelin chucked at you too much. That doesn't feel good. Not for anyone. Go ahead and rip this unit apart before the crows get there. Knock them on down. Crash on in. Let's stop the armor on these lads. Give you some extra. We'll watch some of Yuan Bo's attack animations here as he rips apart some skinks. Even in their description, it shows the skinks as simply expendable chaff. That shouldn't be much of a threat at all. They're going to crash into our line as much as they can there. Let's drop down the good old-fashioned Searing Doom. But we don't really need it. Ogmar doing their best to rip these poor fools apart over here. And that's the victory. Not exactly worth our time. But awesome, all the same. Alright, we lost one in the fighting, and Yuan Bo is very, very disappointed in them. Is the skink cohort? They must have taken down one of the Onyx Promen while they flew on in. Unfortunate. We shall claim the Maku Peaks.
We shall annex this.
See what Hexawaddle tries afterwards, yeah. Jade Dragon did not quite gain enough skills. We probably should have gone for the auto-resolve. We probably would have gained just enough skill points, as not very many of the skinks actually fell in the fighting there. You do gain more experience and gold, for the most part, from all of your auto-resolves, simply because it just tends to give them all of the enemies slain on a decisive win, as opposed to
I will prove myself.
normally when experience is calculated, it calculates based on the kills at the declaration of what basically victory or defeat. And the auto-resolve, when you see all of the enemies wiped out all at once, it counts that as happening in the battle, so it gives you more post-battle loot.
Love is in doubt.
Dragon's love is in doubt. Oh, I see that. Picks up the exotic animal pin and the contemplation gardens. 5 turns for the growth here as well. Let's instead upgrade the Baleful Hills. That way we can get even more gold and growth. Bangbo, your army is
Celestial General,
pretty well perfect. Let's go ahead and pull out.
servant of the dragons.
We really need them to not have... They have a corpse cart and crypt ghouls now, which would be quite dangerous against our normal warriors, but... Spearmen, rather, but not against the Jade
General of the
warriors.
celestial host.
Alright, well, our peasant horde shall be increased by 1 more archer.
Cease.
And we wait. See if they come on over to us, otherwise we're going to have to try to play some really aggressive defense. Zoom on back over to the Aymara swamps.
The dragon's love is in doubt.
Dragon's love is in doubt. 2 turns before you return to the capital. Let's go ahead and allow the G Caravan to return, and then we'll send them on back out. Takes how many turns to head to Altdorf? Want to tell me, huh? I'm willing to buy another Caravan Master right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and wait on the caravans. Feels like a smidge of a waste.
Dragon.
But I think overall, That's what we want to do. Let's grab the Luminarch lens here with you, Yuan Bo. Grab the Scroll of Leeching on the other, and then we'll go for the Forbidden Rod here with you. He has so much health that it actually makes it a bit more worth it than a normal.
Execution.
He's sitting at almost 4,000. He has 8,000 kind of base there, which is pretty great. Pengbo. Oh, he can't actually use the Scroll of Leeching. In that case, let's grab the Pigeon Plucker Pendant, as he is more likely to run into Fellbats. I'm going to give him this Sword of Swift Sling as well. He's going to need it more than Yuan Bo will. Sword Master, bring that over to you since you don't pay any upkeep on your caravans there.
A fine addition to my armory.
Alright then.
Wind shake.
Do a bit of
The Empire.
sneaking around. Looks like we can spy on the Empire here. I don't really want the New World colonies to exist for very long, so I'm not actually going to trade with them. I am tempted to trade with
Boss over
Greasus.
bosses.
We can get him on side pretty early and keep the Mountains of Morn under control. He does have 5 settlements currently. This will allow us to get really good vision on the mountains. Go ahead and... Oh, that's not an ill omen or anything at all.
This will bring me spoil.
You Cathayans are smarter than you look. Now I can see most of the Mountains of Morn.
Who calls?
The dragon.
No more
blooded.
trade agreements, but we can grab a
I appreciate your
pact
continued
with
reverence.
Young-sun.
Agreed. May you live long.
May you tread on our paths and not
So-
get chopped in half.
Attention.
Any kind of confederation the custodians would like to confederate up. They are starting to lose ground to Lokir there. Peng Lin is also under siege by the Dead Fleet Flag. The Dead Flag Fleet. Let's take the Confederation. Jade Custodians have obviously just lost Ming Fan in battle here. Do what we can to actually
Diplomacy together.
stumble through diplomacy together. I'm going to take over all your lands, buddy. We're going to use this new wealth to crush the undead here. Sold.
It is right that we agree.
Wait, I also agree.
Natural authority.
Instrument of the divine.
The Celestial Loyalist.
I fear you will leave this conversation disappointed.
Why is that, good sir? We're going to trade.
We grow closer under
That's
the
what I thought.
Celestials' auspices.
That's what I thought.
Miao Ying,
Also start trading with
it is
Meow.
our joint responsibility to act for the good of all Cathay.
Agreed. Give me some
For
coins.
the Emperor's
Bastion falling already.
Natural authority.
Oh, actually, we claimed 3 settlements through Confederation, giving us access to the Armor of the Dragon's Gaze. Beautiful. Well, that works out. We secured the Nongchang Basin and the Celestial Lake. You can't see. It does look like the Bastion has been cracked through, though. That's not good. Meow, you are faltering in your duties. Siege is cracked through over here, and the others might have fallen just to the Norskins. Only 1 gate still stands, it looks. That is not good. Right, it falls to us. Skaven control the mountains. Right, alright. We have a Jiaolong
Dragon.
Duan Mu over here. She is dragging her income down by a huge margin. Wonder how and why. Nongchang already has a Nangao Forge in it, giving us access to the Iron Hail guns. Let's go ahead and take the Yin building out of here, as well as the Jade Barracks out of the Nongchang Basin. We will throw in the Jade Dragon's Edict because we are, indeed, if you didn't know, the Jade Dragon.
Celestial General.
Oh, we didn't lose him. We've got Dingguo Bai here. We have now trespassed accidentally.
Humility in all things.
I'm gonna let Shimai fall. Kick out
Dragon-blooded.
Jiao Long is gonna go ahead and be removed. We'll have
Building
Dingguo, can you
hub.
make it back into Jianqi?
March with speed.
No. You're stuck here taking attrition. Unless we bring you into March,
Occupy any passes.
which could backfire pretty aggressively if the skaven come on out.
Cover tracks with haste.
Let's do it though, just so we're not taking attrition. Not too many archers in this group. We have lots of Jade warriors we can throw on in.
Trust the dragons. I am sure they plan for us all.
Okay, I think the only thing I would like to do to this army is just remove one of these Jade warriors.
Nothing personal, only logistics.
Drop the negative to a 31, which is not bad at all. Crossbows and Crowman in here. So before I decide to take that building out, we're going to leave Crossbowmen and Crowman in. I'm going to take the corral pins out just for now. We're going to worry about making gold. So once more, the Jade Dragon's Edict, even if it isn't the best. We're playing as the Jade Dragon here. None of his siblings are as good at administration as him, and he knows
Instrument
it.
of the divine.
Here in Shangwu, we're better than you. We know it. That's about all we can get to for this turn here.
Roomy.
Which makes me a bit sad. Skill points for Ji, our Caravan Master. So let's give him cargo capacity for his next expedition.
A worthy
I don't
addition
think you can head on
to
out
my
just yet.
arsenal.
Got 2 caravans now. Both of them are heading to the capital. This one is the Ogre. I don't like the Ogre controller very much. The Ogres need a lot of help. Very large units don't seem to kill all that quickly, and they themselves get brought down at some pretty extreme speed.
The celestial
I'm trying
command.
to figure out how we can spend some of this gold real quick before the next turn.
Child of the Nine.
Spend some getting a trade agreement with the Wardens, but they are getting obliterated.
Celestial ancestors.
Yes?
Fearless.
Defensive alliance with Wolfheart. I think he would just drag us into fights I don't want.
The dragon.
Darkness come.
Natural.
The dragon.
Not willing to kind of finagle trade at anyone else for now. So yeah, I guess we're gonna sit on our massive amounts of gold. No upgrade to be had to the floating pyramid just yet. Y'all should wait. And a turn.
You are not welcome before my court. Leave.
Well said. He declares war. Okay, guess not. He did the exact same thing I wish he wouldn't. Alright, buddy, you're in march stance. Hopefully you won't get ambushed. We will enslave the surface dwellers. Yes, yes. Bring it on, Snickage. Right, no, they just came on up to attack us all as one huge force here. No one's even in march. Luckily, the winds of magic are incredibly low. Gonna give us a Pyrrhic victory with extremely high casualties. What is the terrain looking like? I guess the biggest question is, can we get them bogged down in a choke point? And the answer is yes. We can pull back into this corridor here and just kind of funnel the entire army through. Should be able to defend that all day. No armor piercing really for the enemy, except for their lord here. We're going to throw Peng Bo straight into combat with him, and he should come out of that one on top with the help of his mighty hammer. Dive on in and rip apart some rebels. Okay, so alternatively, we could deploy up on top here, as this is all looking like it's an obstruction. So we kind of set up. This gives us a lot less land to work with. Over on the other end, these houses are the obstruction, and we can kind of set up behind here a bit, up on the hill. It's not ideal either way here. It's a much smaller area to fight from than on this other side here. Yeah, let's do it. That'll force the zombies to walk all the way across the field. So let's set up our peasant spearmen. Deployed as wide as we can here.
Thoughts in harmony.
Lads, we're going to set you up on one side of the bridge. Trying to figure out just how they can deploy. That'll also help us know how the enemy can move across the area. So let's deploy spears.
Defenders of Cathay.
Weird terrain. Almost as though this forest is not really usable. Alright, we'll have these other spearmen set on up as well.
Order and balance.
Would really prefer the spearmen be up on the water's edge here so we can fire our arrows out into the crowd.
Defenders of Cathay!
Alright, now where do we need to overly reinforce? Extra unit of spears here. With the Jade warriors behind them.
The celestial faithful! Archers!
Left to play our archers kind of over on the other side here. We haven't mentioned it yet, but this is a beautiful looking map. All of the Cathayan maps are excellently done. It's sad we haven't got to see them more often. We've been in snowy Norska for the most part. Continue to control down, so they're in a nice square formation.
Order and balance!
Bring our archers on up.
Shenyan's faithful!
We keep them far enough away from the melee line. The enemy crows should not, or the fellbats should not try to make it on into battle with us. That is only if we're up far enough.
The celestial faithful! Never conquered! Archers!
Grab these three next. Four, rather. Bang Bo, your job is basically going to be standing in the middle of the creek and threatening anyone who comes on over. They're 100% going to wait on their reinforcements. I don't blame them. Very good idea.
Peasant archers! Raise the dragons!
Very strange terrain here. They're going to definitely go for the full surround, so we're going to try to pull back. I'll have to redeploy probably once or twice.
Archers!
That is just fine.
Never conquered!
Put these lads up very far back as kind of reserve archers.
Warriors! Wind and fire!
Really weird terrain. Alright then.
Praise the dragon.
Jade warriors up with group 1. Same thing with the crowmen. That'll begin. The undead are all going to clump up on the side. As I said previously, it's very fair enough. Definitely the best course of action. Pull the line back. Any way that is at least a little bit intelligible here. We have a lot of time to do so. Well, that's not great. Here's what we'll do. Set the spearmen up.
With infinite pride, guided by ancestors. Spears!
Guided by ancestors!
Unit deploy all the way across. Good to know.
Repositioning!
These trees are completely off limits. So,
Bringing harmony!
Jade warriors.
get everyone set up back here. I didn't see Wind of Death in the old man, so we should be safe from that nonsense.
Guided by ancestors! Marching as one! Praise the dragon!
Let's set our archers up just in the back here.
Move in formation! March in ordered ranks! Defenders of
See how
Cathay!
high up on the hill here we can get these guys deployed.
March in ordered ranks!
The answer is we cannot.
Move as wind! Move in formation! March in
Well, we
ordered
kind of
ranks!
can. This is a interesting bit of terrain.
Whatever is required.
They're just going to spread out as much as they can. It's going to help them out all of 0.
Force in harmony!
Yeah, you boys come on back.
Set my dragon
We don't need any forward scouts anymore.
in ordered ranks!
Thank you kindly.
Seeking Cathay's foe!
Just an absolute blob of units. Don't want that so much. Start moving the archers around. They haven't had them in a pretty good spot. Fairly high up on the hill.
It is fated!
Understood!
Move into position. forward a little bit.
Whatever
Not
is
far enough to
required.
obstruct anyone else.
Thoughts in harmony.
Not watching everything else is a little bit spooky, I can't lie. Pull the crowmen back. We're gonna have them take down any kind of enemy fellbats that get too close.
Understood.
Archers. I'm gonna deploy these boys in the back here.
It pleases the
We'll send the crowmen on the other side.
with joy. The dragons ask. Spears.
Alright, you spearmen just kind of
Move
extra
and win.
reserves in the back line here.
Infinite pride.
You just stand in the water. And in marches the tide of undeath.
Never conquered.
Speed things on up as they're going to come on over as slowly as they can, as they do not want to advance. It does appear that the Cathay and rice patties do still lag the game out to a pretty extreme degree. It's a lot of water moving around. So many undead. Normally, this would be cause for worry, but since we have the Jade Warriors, and they've got their harmony all up and running, 45 defense, 32 attack, and 90 armor, which is going to be almost impossible for the undead to get through. Except for, of course, and no Wind of Death here. We are very safe. We just need them to cross the gap. Come on, lads, you can do it.
Zhang faithful.
I'm actually going to scoot my
Peasant
line
spearmen.
forward to about here. That way our archers actually have some more room to fire. Set these boys up in the center. That's a kind of last line of defense.
Archers
Spread the archers out a little bit more, now that we actually have the room.
with infinite pride.
Infinite pride
Order and balance.
is the proper amount to have.
It pleases the dragons. It is fated.
Guys on this side will fire across.
Whatever
They kind of get
is
some crossfire
required.
going, because it'll be impossible for them to hit the guys here very accurately, but they can kind of fire up and over their lads,
Shield
crosswise,
my sisters.
and get a fair bit of damage, hopefully.
The dragons ask.
They're going to still slowly waddle on over. They don't want to be tired. With their 18 melee attack, I spit at you, skeleton warriors. Little more than shuffling bones with swords and spears. But they really don't want to advance. You get no choice. You attacked me, what are you doing? Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I will go ahead and phase on in once the enemy army actually starts closing the gap. They apparently think that they get to sit here and do nothing. Catch you all in a moment. Alright, here they come. Maybe. I had to send the Empress's crowmen forward a little bit, and that decided that they have no choice, they must advance. So here comes the shambling hordes now. They sat there for a long time. Yeah, he's just not happy with having to lose. Not content one bit. Here's the thing though, buddies. I was to attack you, and just sit back, I would lose. That's just how it works. Come on over and accept your doom there, vampires. Look at him. Doing his best Voldemort impression. Lost his nose and everything. The disrespect, we're gonna have to put these fences back up. They're not even destroying fences, they're destroying whole walkways. This truly is Total War. How are we gonna replant the rice patties now? Sheer audacity. Close the gap already. Honestly, though, this would be horrifying if you were one of the Cathayans. Let's go get one of their point of view here. They've got all their spears bristled. You can just see all the zombies kind of coming across the fields. Here they come. Still rather slow, but horrifying sight nonetheless.
We are well equipped.
Soldier and leader!
I agree, you are well equipped.
Praise
Ready
the
to throw down.
dragons! With joy.
Jade warriors!
Bring these Jade Warriors back a bit so they can actually redeploy more easily. Let's send the Empress's Chroman out, see if we can't lure those Felbats into a bad situation. So we can drop down the resistance and melee defense on our Chroman and just rip them apart. We've got our lovely Nangao grenades as well that we're going to be making extremely good use of, at least attempting to. Thousands of warriors coming on over. Granted, as slowly as they can. Come on, bats. They're on crows away from our arrows, just so we're not going to be shooting them up. Yeah, we've got a pretty devastating crossfire about to start unleashing havoc.
Celestial General!
Bows are the ready, lads.
Prepare to engage!
He's ready. Knock. Giving orders. Knock. What do you mean prepare to engage? Just barely outside of our range. Pull back a little bit further here. They're really trying not to get in a fight with us. Let's act like we're going for the attack. We're going to pull it off at a last second. And back. Get ready. Here comes the blanket of arrows. Scything down those bats. Well done, peasants. Well done. Wait, that is beautiful. First group's gone. I don't even have to use the Chroman. We will if needed. But I don't think we need to. Just the sheer blanket of fire coming in just rips them apart. That's the second group of Felbats gone. You tried your best. Might send the Chroman after the Master Necromancer. In the short story we got for Yuan Bo, it says that they are experts at hunting down sorcerers. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they have any kind of extra things to kind of stop said sorcerers. Hid their other bats way back in the back. See about threatening with the Chroman here.
Celestial General! Staying low!
We'll hunt down Raynor here. Stay close enough to our own, though, that we can actually blanket some fire down. So you 3 fire on the Lord, and you jump him. For defense for everyone involved, you go take down the Master Necromancer.
Celestial General!
Oh, look at him trying to weave through the lines. Get in there and fight my Jade Warriors. That's not going to go horrible for you at all. Alright, Warriors, add your might to the fray. Keep the spears back. Oh, I take it back. Look how quick they're ripping apart this Necromancer. Well done, Chroman. Oh, they're just letting it happen, too. We'll just let him crumble. Yep, go ahead and pull on away quickly here. Yeah, they're sending the Warhounds to try to catch them. Get up in the air and let's scoot on away. An excellent job. Bats have come on into the first group of archers here. That's just fine. That's what our Jade Warriors and our Spearmen are there for. Stop any kind of nonsense like that. Oh, it's about time to drop down some Nangao grenades. I'm so excited. Look at all the zombies. Let's get some slow-mo. Look at them all. Now the Jiangxi rebels have raised quite a few peasant workers to their cause. Of course, without their weapons, the peasants aren't nearly as dangerous as they would normally be. Some of the dire wolves have gotten on into the Jade Warriors, which they should be dashed against quite easily. Alright, perfect. They keep filing on in. Let's just set up with the Nangao grenades. We can explode several units of them all at once. Such as over here. We don't want to throw ourselves into melee. They'll just get mauled. And the secondary lord falls. Perfect. We'll come on over here and prepare the grenades and decimation. The amount of damage just deployed. That should get a lot of them on the way towards crumbling if they weren't already. We'll bring the Crowmen off to the side here and we'll just charge them into the backs through some unarmored zombies. Jade warriors, throw yourselves into the fray. Spearmen, you do the same.
Cut them down!
Start bashing your way through here.
Peasant archers!
Archers, let's keep focus firing on the middle line there. Let's deal with those dire wolves. That's a little blanket of arrows. We have them land and charge them into the fray. Oh, look at them go. Gold wings. They got themselves a little bit deep in the enemy lines. Hopefully that doesn't backfire at all. Zombies or pincushions? You decide. Yeah, they took a lot of damage on that charge because of how deep they penetrated into the line. Pull them on away there. Taking a lot of extra free damage. They shouldn't be. Ready to run low on ammunition. But it looks like the undead have broken. Stay in and fight then. Push into the enemy lines. As they crumble on away. Just piles of corpses. A close victory, it calls it, only because of the sheer amount of gold left to spend, replenishing our arrows. On of kills, 369, nice, going down to the Empress's Crowmen. And they ended up losing only 2 actual Crowmen in the fighting. That went awesome. They actually did a fantastic job mulching that wizard. I shouldn't have talked any kind of smack whatsoever. Let's go ahead and venerate up.
You are cat.
Action destroyed the tree hammers. And the dissenter lords of Jin Shin. Zhao Ming is actually being aggressive for once. Quite a change. We've got a tax collector, a war horse for Peng Bo, so I will likely leave him on foot as he's a pretty devastating footlord there. Raider was slain. Now it's time to unmake the great plan. Razor's Sack Hexawaddle. Bring ruin upon this beggarly nest of lizards. Let them know the wrath of dragons. That we shall. Win 10 battles with any single hero character. Most battles won by a single hero, 7. Doing so will gain us 1,000 treasury and a Helm of Discord. It's not bad at all.
Yuan Bo.
Alright, Yuan Bo. We have gained a ton of land. It's going to be time to start actually defending it soon, especially because Vlandwil here is about to claim the Wellsprings. Although we could take this opportunity to rush in. We can't. We could rush in and try to take it from them first. And then give it over to the Hunt Marshal just to cause problems. Didn't quite play that correctly. Let's go back to Spectazuma. And we will simply hold the line. Go to Global and get some Crowmen. I think these guys will be fantastic about hunting down those dark shards in the back line. Cost a fair bit. I think it'll be worth it, so let's just grab 2 units of Crowmen. Then we'll give her 1 more Jade Warrior. Sword and Shield.
Harmony falters.
2 more turns for the Isle of the Crimson Skull. We're getting there. Hawks has 2 turns as well. Perfect. We really do need to come on over and start doing some damage to the Swamp Town. For now... Oh man, we can reach Hexawaddle.
In orderly fashion.
Surely.
Go.
This would backfire for us, right? Excuse me, I don't care about the quest. I want to know who's defending. Caradon Riders. We do need some more Crowmen than we currently have.
The Emperor's
For Yuan Bo.
You are the glory of the dragons.
Could recruit one more, but I actually think we're fine. Let's try to lure
It is always
Inzatep
wise
over.
for a prince to
I'm not going to move any
extol
further because we
unexciting
should be able to come back and defend
when
Maku
his
Peaks
siblings
as
are
well.
so numerous.
You're talking some smack. You need to relax. We'll zoom on back over to the
Imperial parent.
Celestial Lake here. Snickage is moving on the monastery, and he's got poison wind mortars already. Well, that's great.
Celestial General.
All right there, Celestial General. I think the monastery is not long for this world, unfortunately. Which will stop us from recruiting in those Onyx Crowmen.
Building harmony.
You were not likely to actually get an ambush against the Skaven,
Advance without heroics.
but I'm happy to try it. They're likely to take down the Celestial Monastery here next turn. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about that. I'm going to grab the ramparts here. Jade Warriors, Halberds. Crossbowmen, Jade Warriors, and Peasant Horsemen. So you only get one unit of warriors on this side for Yin. Let's go for Yang then. 2 warriors, 1 crossbowman. Interesting. You need the front line, so we're gonna have to roll with it.
Celestial General.
Hang Bull. Go ahead and give you the route marker here. Well, you have 3 skills. Well, I think I'm gonna instead go for Sure Aim ×3 here. Increase our peasants' range and missile strength all the way up to maximum here. 10% more range and 9% more missile strength, which should be fantastic. Up at rank 8, which he is nearly there, we'll get Leader of Men. I am no dragon, no mighty being descended to guide you. I am their will. I am their hand, and so too you will be. After so, we can get the Bulwark of Wage in, 360 missile block, 35% block chance, 30 armor, and then 10 armor for the entire army. Awesome. Hammer of Wei Jin. Splash attack, power, weapon strength, melee attack, and weapon strength for the whole army. Or lastly, we would get the Comet of Wei Jin. 30% speed, Strider, Devastating Flaker, and then charge bonus for the whole army. We're likely going to use the Hammer of Wei Jin because splash attack power sounds incredible. Titanic Impact causes rattled effect, and then the Celestial Sweep. So he starts just spinning the hammer around like a mad lad. That sounds great. And then eventually he's going to lead from the front and give her the Aura of Endurance, which is very similar to what the Croxagore give, at least on SFL.
With that, I would lead more effectively.
I very much agree. Let's hunt down these undead here.
We are Cathay's true bastion.
You better be kind. We lose 20 in the fighting. We're going to go ahead and execute these captives.
To Cathay's
The only way for rebels. Well, I rather like how he looks on the horse, too. We'll leave him on the horse for now. It'll be much faster. Let's take a little bit more damage.
Servant of the Dragons.
Servant of the Dragons. Sorry, Shilong. We have finished off the Jiangxi rebels here by turn 12. Perfect.
To the front line. A fine base.
We'll get right to rebuilding the province. And this allows us to now turn our full attentions on Snickage, and even Lokir if he decides to declare war on us. He likely will. Riverlands are secured.
Leader of men.
Hope Ding Guo actually manages to get his ambush off. Charmed Shield. No real flyers with our opponents here. So let's come on back over to Yuan Bo and grab the Pigeon Plucker Pendant for use against Hexawaddle. Same thing with that Scroll of Leeching. We're going to grab, I guess Shunma can have the Forbidden Rod. Hex Collector, eh?
The magistrates can watch from the rear.
Are they only for lords or are those for everyone? In that case, Min Bo, she'll have herself a tax collector. Unpopular they may be.
A gift from my ancestors.
Indeed. We need to start getting into the buildings that allow us to recruit in some of our wizards now. Over here at Shiyama's Rest, we now have the Standing Stones. They represent the powers that might be, drawn from which great strength can be drawn. 20 growth, 10% research rate, an extra melee attack will fight against the Warriors of Chaos, and greenskins as well. Or just anything that's of either death, destruction, or chaos. That's pretty great. In the meantime, let's grab ourselves a clay pit, and then I think Shiyama's Rest probably does need some walls, as it is one of our choke point settlements here. Nongchang and Shiyama's Rest both are pretty important choke point settlements.
Humility in all things.
Humility in all things. Let's go ahead and save you a skill point so we can go straight into the Hammer of Wage In right away. That sounds good to me.
Where is the promised unity?
Where is the promised unity? Don't worry, lads, it's on the way. Keep your britches on.
Reverence fades.
Fades. So it must. Alright, Minbo. We are going to need to try to finish this now. So if we levy the provinces and we attempt to...
Master of Feng Shui.
It would just be a complete waste then if the crowmen are stopped from being recruited. We won't do that then. We'll hold off. Got a lot of gold sitting here.
Celestial host.
One more turn before our caravans are back. Alright. Well, as much as it makes me sad to say so, I think we spend another turn doing a whole heap of nothing. Come on into diplomacy, see if we can't wield our gold to our advantage here.
So,
Trade with the Imperial
Celestial
Wardens.
ancestors.
We're going to be wiping out the New World colonies as soon as Hexawaddle's gone. So let's just take trade with the Imperial Wardens for now.
yes?
What?
Military access with the Eastern
When
River
you
Lords.
need not face our might. If
Your
you
might.
prove cooperative. Long live
You lost to
Cathay.
some lizards. I'm
Who
already
calls?
performing better. At least I could find Lustria.
So,
Wind shape. You need not face our might if you
You too,
prove
huh?
cooperative.
Bunch of rather aggressive. I'm going to take all your gold.
Harmony is attained.
You failed to defend the Bastion. You deserve
Yes.
none of it.
What?
Interesting. Military access with Ostermark.
Come then. Only Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy.
It'll make
or not.
Dreicha mad at us, but it'll allow us to kind of make friends with the Tsarina and the surrounding Imperials. We just won't take any gold from them. I guess we will. Why do I
Of
care if the
course.
Empire falls?
who calls?
Every.
Perfect. Let's let the shark keys continue to be a nuisance. We can zoom on back down.
From the front.
To Yuan Bo. And end the turn.
It is my blessing.
At least I thought we would. Instead, we come on in here and enact the Jade Dragon's Edict, get our control under control. Yes, quite.
Eye of the Emperor.
Alright, Inclination does indeed move on the Celestial Monastery with 2 whole armies. Fair enough, well at least we now get to see what the Deathmaster is rolling with. And any one of these we can handle by themselves. I think this will be very similar to fighting the Undead, as there's a very low amounts of weapon strength and melee attack and defense here on these clan rats. Danger zone being the gutter runners for sure. And the poison wind mortars. We'll see what we can do about it, but the Celestial Monastery does indeed fall.
Earn the Emperor's boundless love.
Glory glitters from your brow.
Excuse me? Buddy cops, it is Festag. We should consider a treaty between us. Actually, yes, this is a good idea. Let's take the extra defenders because they're going to throw in a outpost as soon as they can, and we can start getting in some Empire State troops pretty quickly. And by that, we can grab their crossbows. They should be cheaper than ours to upkeep. Disharmony of stone and steel. The winds blow ill, and your soldiers suffer a great imbalance. They rage as if possessed, claiming to see enemies all around, screeching to dispense the Emperor's justice. Herbalists claim to even have glimpsed flickering flames behind their eyes. Mandatory meditation, which would give them some charge bonus, or we could spend 1,500 to send them all to the Dragon River. Oh. Upon bathing in those sacred waters, not only will their fire be dimmed, but the spirit dragon will have their ancestors bear witness to their ugly fury. In their shame, they will know harmony once more. Construction cost minus 80% for Yin buildings faction-wide, or we get some more charge bonus for all of our armies. Which would help out against, or at least with our Jade warriors and such. Let's take the construction cost decrease for all Yin buildings. Send them all to the Dragon River. Mission issued and completed. Capture many provinces. We have captured 3,000 treasury and an obsidian lodestone. The monastery has been looted and stolen from us. Burned and razed to the ground. Ostermark also has been felled. The last Propsman 2. But Gotrek and Felix are now wandering around, and it's time to get them recruited on in. Back over at Shangwu. Here's what we'll do then. Technology researched. Harmonic balance, Yang. As the Dragon Emperor once more directs his great compass to harness the 8 winds, a great wave of Yang shall infuse the land. Interrupted by a hiccup. Instead, bestowing good fortune and prosperity upon every soul. 5 extra growth, and then income from industry Yang buildings, plus 15%. Awesome. We gain a lodestone, and now our next mission has been to research 8 technologies. We're at A3 currently. It'll give us another Forbidden Rod and a Talisman of Preservation, as well as a nice little chunk of gold. Fantastic. What we're going to do is recruit in the Lord Magistrate, as they are the cheapest we got here. Really, what we have doesn't matter unless there's one that gives us some upkeep reduction. Nope. Judewan will come on in. Don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but
moment has been prepared for.
you join with Shangwu, and we'll have you come on over and recruit Gotrek and Felix on in. Let them run around and start rampaging through our enemies. They can roll with Pengbo and be a pretty devastating combo there. Let's have the Celestial General move up towards Nongchang. Can we grab better military buildings anywhere over here? So the answer to that question is a hefty no. I won't lie, it's a bit concerning. If we switch over into Nongchang, though, we can grab some of the Iron Hail guns, which I'm thinking is probably a good call. Short range peasants with a shotgun. It seems like a good use of our time. Let's switch up into Xiama's Rest. That way we can at least help defend Nongchang if necessary. Dingguo, we're going to leave you here.
Serve from the front.
Keep moving on as
among warriors.
far north as you can. And then we'll have you recruit on in. Kick out some of these peasant archers here. Although these guys have been really useful. Let's get rid of some of these long spears. 2 long spear units shall get the boot. And we'll grab in some shotguns instead. Alright. Why does the Emperor forsake us? He doesn't. Don't be dramatic. Let's upgrade the iron mines, and then one more turn for the Isle of the Crimson Skull. Thank goodness. Pretty desperately need that to be sorted out
It is a burden
now.
being an executioner.
It's indeed a burden being an executioner.
I do not shirk.
Let's scoot to
March for
the
your
absolute
rations.
edge of Maku Peaks.
More warriors mean fewer farmers.
It's very true. Let's grab these peasant archers, just a single turn. And we will... Feels like a bit of a waste. But I don't want Hexawaddle to necessarily know we are doing any kind of mustering. Would like to just get this mustering done, grab this last group of peasant archers, and then jump back into ambush. So, as strange as that might seem, I think it's what we want to do. Ambush stance. Let's see if we can't get Inzitep here to move on out of the location. This is the source that is in our Gorok campaign. He has switched sides.
It is my blessing to be the chosen.
Dragon-blooded.
Never sure we'd be able to recruit them now, so let's go ahead and switch on out of that
and honor
nonsense.
your ancestors.
And would like to get into a fight with Clonville here, but I think he would get butchered. Just a little bit too many dark shards.
Master of Feng Shui.
If we lured them into the area of Aspectazuma, we might be able to win. The problem is they likely won't come over to us. Just taking a look for any kind of goodies we could snatch out on the seas themselves.
Descended from celestial
There don't appear
glory.
to be. What we're going to do is just come on in here. We've got 5 archers currently. Let's just add in 2 more archers. We can have a hail of arrows heading the way of the enemies that might be coming our way. Zoom in our map a bit here. Picks up our next technology, which we are going to be using. Not the fletching mentors this time, because 10% is not a ton. We'll grab this one on next after we grab up to the Blessed Temple Guardians, giving us a nice corruption drop, and then an additional 15 armor for all of our Jade Jet Lions. Who I think actually will be needing the extra armor help.
Awaits our command.
Indeed.
Yes?
Osland. How many settlements do you guys have? 2?
What?
Can you
So-
hold them?
Greetings
that's
on
the
behalf
question
of the
there.
Empire. Now, what brings you here with a sheathed blade?
Diplomacy.
Right.
Negotiations were short.
The boss.
So now, why is Zhao Ming upset with us? Federation penalty. That would make sense. We're also a strategic threat to him. Okay. Better watch yourself, little brother. You're messing around with the wrong people.
Celestial General.
Ingwell by... Yeah, I don't really want to move him. I want him next to the lake. Granted, I would like to be next to Zhan Shi, so we have some reinforcements, but that doesn't seem to be the way we are going to be able to do
Stay
things here.
mobile.
Almost.
Warriors, sons.
I mean,
with
how much
me.
further can we push the 80%? Oh. I think we are almost in the range.
So many dragons.
I can't tell, and there's no one nearby to actually... Oh, wait. Oh, we are in range now. Perfect.
Plan scheme is discordant.
Is it now?
Servant of the dragon.
We shall see about that. On through, we've got an outpost available. This is actually a good idea. The Temple of Kara is their capital, so I think they should defend this to the last. Let's go ahead and construct the outpost. Do we wait? Beautiful. Let's come on over to the Riverlands here, and I think we are going to continue to wait for the tier 3 town at Shangwu as well. And that'll be our turn. Ooh, just kidding. We've got a caravan dispatch. We've been waiting on you, haven't we? Alright, G. Let's load you up with as much caravan value as we can, and then we are going to send you out. We already have gone to Altdorf to gain the lovely Luminarch lens. Let's go ahead and head on down to Karazakarak now. Give them a bit of gold and grab the, I believe, the Ungkor chain. I don't know the exact title, but you get something specific from Karazakarak as well that gives you a nice defensive buff. Go ahead and send the boys on out. We'll gain 4,000 from this journey. Lovely.
Men, to your exercises. I will not have a day wasted.
Do your exercises. We do manage to ambush Boilrolk, and our ambush would give us an advantage. We would butcher them in the fight. We're definitely going to want to fight this one because the Deathmaster is close by. We definitely want to make sure we limit our casualties here to an extreme degree. I see no... Thankfully, I see no enemy casters and no real dangerous nothing too dangerous in terms of missile troops. These Night Runners are armor piercing, are they? I think that's the Deathmaster, one of his special abilities. Let's dive on in. Okay, so all we really need to make sure is that our Jade Warriors are engaging with these Night Runners here.
Jade warriors.
So we've got a lot of Jade Warriors. That is our entire front line. There's no Spearmen here at all.
Together we can shield one another.
Indeed. The ones we've already got deployed up here will be
Never conquered.
in group first, and then we'll have the other squad
Jade warriors.
going on over to deploy. We actually can't really deploy over here. Down the hill appears to be a bad idea. Quite interesting. Okay. We're just more or less pushing them down the hill. That works for me. Play as wide as we can. And we'll just combine these two groups together. Grab you guys. Pull you back a little bit. Form the units up real quick to the terrain.
Jade warriors.
This will allow them to fight a bit better. Let's have the bazookas, the blunderbuss units, setting up in front to blast the enemy lord. Same thing with our lord charging out to deal with him.
Thoughts in harmony.
Pull these guys back a little bit.
Minds as one. Battalion groups, ready yourselves.
Peasant cavalry charging on in from the rear here. Let's get them far bad enough back that they're not going to get shot at, because they've got very low armor. You want to spread them out just enough that they're not going to be tripping over each other's horses, so they can actually get their charges off.
Cavalry.
Perfect.
Horsemen.
That's the horsemen. I'm going to go ahead and lock our infantry so they go ahead and instantly charge forward.
Stone and
A little bit
steel.
different in terms of their formation there.
Balance.
Alright,
Archers.
now the archers. I want them to be blanketing down a doom on the enemy night runners first.
Praise the dragon.
Lost my line of thinking there for a moment. The Mochi came chasing Maku in, and this late at night, that's not a... The door comes flying open, it's a little bit spooky.
Shenyan's faithful.
And yeah, all of the doom going to be layered down, hopefully, on these night runners. And then the Jade Warriors can hold for a moment, and we can switch the targeting down to them, firing down from these rice paddies here. Perfect, let's get it started. You just charge straight on in. We're going to go ahead and have you boys dive into the fight. This direction is really the way you want to go. We're just going to send the 2 cavalry units in, and then start running down the units in the back line. Archers. Ooh, that's serious damage.
Fight as one.
We are very well surrounded. Extra defense for all of you.
Seeking Cathay's foe.
You boys come back this way so we can actually get the shotgun
Ancestors.
the blunderbuss units to actually do some firing.
Bringing harmony.
This one is mine.
Ah, I see. We gave them the opportunity and they immediately charged.
Order and balance.
Fair enough.
Archers.
I can't fault them for it.
Wind
What I
and
would do.
fire.
Rip apart these night runners here. Looks like I hear some ritters bursting from the Under Empire.
Full force
I would just
engagement.
leave.
Warriors.
Bringing harmony.
It's not worth it for you at this point.
Pacing myself.
The splash damage alone is going to be devastating. Get that hammer whirling. Serious damage.
Wind and fire.
Cat decided to jump up on the desk, so we're gonna try to fight them off at the same time we fight the Skaven off. Listen, they can see the rats and they smell blood. We need to make sure our cavalry are coming back to the back. Another unit of menace below just burst from the ground. Let's get all of the cavalry chasing these fools down.
Sent by dragons.
Still in a bit of a brawl on the other side here. Jade Warriors are doing just fine though. Let's go ahead and blast these guys to pieces with shotguns.
First among many.
And keep brawling.
Kill.
This lad's about to flee.
Praise the dragons!
Going over and rotate. We definitely needed to bring our actual troops on over, and we did not as soon as the battle actually kicked on off, so it's a bit unfortunate.
The celestial faithful.
We obey!
I'm just chasing off the individual units now at this point. The rats are completely surrounded. We've taken a bit of damage ourselves. Let's turn and start blasting these guys here. Or at least just blasting the skaven slaves, because they're just going to turn around and start tearing into those Jade Warriors. Or not the Jade Warriors. The shotgun troops there. Nothing better than a point-blank blunderbuss shot. Drop down the extra resistance.
Our warriors' duty! Moving! Executing orders!
Warriors! March in ordered ranks!
Archers! Guided by ancestors!
For the Emperor!
Alright, it looks like we've got them broken. It was just a few of the more stubborn units that wanted to stay in. Let's see if we can't hunt down this chieftain here. We took a little bit of damage, but luckily we did seriously manage to limit that to an extreme degree. I am going to do what I can to hunt down these fleeing rats here, and I'll catch you all in a moment.
Minds as one!
Right, we managed to retain the decisive victory and only lose 55. Ambushes against the Skaven are always a bit scary. They're able to turn the tides on you, at least do a fair bit more damage than you're expecting, but we did a good job of rounding them on up. We are going to go ahead and venerate those that we lost as well, just to make sure we are fully replenished.
You are Cathay's now.
Foundation Stone. Oh, interesting. Yuan Bo, the Jade Dragon, a trader from the Ivory Road, respectfully begs to barter with you. She has what she claims is the very first brick laid in the Great Bastion, stolen away early in its construction and only now unearthed. Truly, this is an object of ancient and sacred power. We could return the brick to the Bastion or extort the trader. Ain't it selfishly here? Once trust is broken, it cannot be easily won back. Is that worth 2,000 treasury? Almost never. We're going to go ahead and return the brick to the Bastion and gain 3 extra control for his local province. Of course, how do we know that that is the first brick laid? I don't trust it. The Apostles of Change have been wiped out. The Dead Flag Fleet also has been wiped out. Well done, River Lords. Although now Lokir is arriving, we definitely need to get into combat with him quickly to help out. We need to save Fuchao and their marvelous port. Well done, Dingguo, and now Deathmaster Snickich is caught in a march stance. We can just walk on in and punch him in the face. Ming Fan is ready to do for duty as well. Awesome. Cathay.
Celestial General.
You, good sir, we're going to grab hard to hit. Well, we can just replace you with Ming Fan real quick, can't we? Take the Talisman of Preservation off, then add Ming Fan in. He is trained. Extra leadership and extra melee attack. What's Optimistic do? 6 more melee attack. His optimism allows him to bonk people harder. Fair enough. Ming Fan, welcome on in. You were the leader of the... I think these guys were the Jade... I don't remember, I can't lie. Welcome on in, Ming Fan. You have yourself a Charmed Shield. We'll also give you a few more items. So, I think the Talisman of Preservation sounds great. And then nothing else, apparently. That was on Dingguo Bai. We'll give that to you instead. Dingguo have anything else? Nay. Actually, since Peng has less Jade Warriors, we're going to go ahead and grab the Swordmaster from him. That should help out our overall upkeep.
With that, I would lead more effectively.
I agree. Let's get him. Although before I do,
Fight and be
Let's get 'em.
recompensed.
a valiant defeat, is it? I think not. Of course, the Deathmaster is going to be a huge issue. We're going to want to keep him well away from Ming Fan. But the rest of his army here is not too much of an issue. Shotguns deal with Warp Grinders pretty quickly, or the Eshin Triads, either one. Obviously, the Poison Wind Mortars are very dangerous, but if we can get the Peasant Horsemen in, they move quickly, and they can rip these mortars apart before any damage can really be done. The Deathmaster's army should also be incredibly tired, so let's dive on in and do some damage. I think we are definitely going to want to go ahead and claim the high ground. Meanwhile, hiding as many of our peasant horsemen as we can in kind of nearby forests, I believe. So let's go ahead and throw them all. They can all hide in one spot. That's where they're all going.
Horsemen.
All the horsemen in one area.
Cavalry! Lines at one!
Perfect. We can set up everyone else to kind of defend the rice paddy fields here. So let's make sure we are deployed back far enough, though, that we're not getting completely run over by the ratmen. And their artillery advantage here. Pull the lads back.
Minds as one.
Thoughts in harmony.
They do still have number advantage, these
Jade
skaven.
warriors.
We'll likely be doing more of our deployment once the battle really gets started. Really just going to keep the lads back.
Wind and fire.
Warriors!
Minds as one.
We just got to stay back here.
Wind and fire.
A bit of a layered formation. It didn't look like they have access to any menace below summons. You never know. It's always best to just assume they have them.
The Celestial Faithful!
The celestial faithful.
Right, we're good to go. I will have these shotguns. We definitely want them on one of the flanks, but which flank, I am not sure just yet. They'll be great at hunting down warp grinders, so let's go ahead and have them deployed up front here. We can have them move around, kind of depending. Make sure you are holding the front line. Let's dive into the battle. How do we get over on the poison wind mortars without alerting the night runners? We might have to switch positioning for our peasant horsemen here. Hold them all a lot as one big blob, so we don't have to readjust. We'll just hide them over here in these forests. Give them a better chance to actually attack the poison wind without getting attacked themselves. Let's get it started.
Swift and fierce! None dare stand in my way!
Move on up. Kind of like... So actually we have them in a pretty good spot already. We can kind of do some minor adjustments, but that's pretty good. Grab the archers.
Praise the dragons.
Set them up. Much further back. Then I'm actually going to have these shotguns go well around.
Repositioning.
At least that'll be the attempt. Ming Fawn, come up front.
Among many!
We should be very concerned about the Death Master running on forward. We did attack them. It looks like we are going to have to make the advance, which is a bit concerning. Okay, let's make sure we're advancing from the high ground then. Oh, here they come. Looks like they're just kind of walking forward little by little, or they're just kind of jittering around. They're moving. Kind of. I'm thinking it's best that we wait. So our troops get into position here. Gotta keep an eye on the poison wind mortar.
Positioning! I see the way!
Jade warriors.
Back just a little bit. Yeah, they are gonna force us to come on them, or come to them. So let's
Defenders of Cathay.
go this direction, up on the side. Staying out of range of those mortars. For as long as we can. We'll have them block so we're not making ourselves tired, since that's kind of what the Skaven are kind of looking for here. I mean, I will just stay here. You think you're clever.
Dragons.
See if we can get into range. I'm thinking that the Death Master is nearby.
Staying low!
There we go.
Maneuvering.
Someone blasting something our way. Warp stars.
Repositioning!
Go ahead and activate some more block chance. And you failed.
None dare stand in my way! Clearing the way!
Are the rats advancing? I think they're content to keep their advantage for now. Alright, I'm just waiting for the Iron Hail guns to get over into position. We can start moving forward. I'm going to pull the army back a little bit further. Force the Skaven to try to envelop our lines. But in a way that we are fine with. Might have these guys set up a little bit further. Alright, perfect. Not much else to do now except for dive into battle. Let them off from this other position. Continue to throw warp stars at us. We have become... we're a little bit too close to them now. Oh, we didn't dodge it. That's not working out at all.
Leading. A warrior's duty.
And they rotate once more. Perfect. It's not quite time.
Clearing the way.
Alright, bring them on out. There's no way the Deathmaster can truly react in time. He can switch up his forces, fair enough. But now they're going to go ahead and move towards us.
Watching for enfilades. Repositioning.
There's another Warp Stars. That one going to hit one of our units.
Celestial faithful.
Slams into our archers there.
Sun Yang sends us.
And it looks like it's time. We've got to start moving forward, otherwise we're going to take an insane amount of damage.
Seeking Cathay foe.
Celestial General.
Alright, push the infantry forward. Oh yeah, we're getting ripped apart.
Harmony. Naturally.
I can do this. Staying low.
One of the Indus horsemen got over here way quicker than the others. Alright, you archers, move up, start blasting away at the Poison Wind mortars. Front line, go ahead and lock and charge yourself into battle. Go after those Night Runners there.
Ancestors guide my blow.
Yeah, we are taking a ton of damage. Gotta get the horsemen in. They're keeping them well within the Clan Rat and Skaven Slave spears. Let's go ahead and hit these Night Runners first. And we'll just have to crumple the line the old-fashioned way. Here's the Deathmaster. Push through the line.
Decisive strategy. Cut them down. Horseman.
I don't know how this unit got so far ahead of the others. Come on in, horsemen. Quickly. Now he's caught in with the Warp Grinders, which is just the worst. Alright, shotguns will bring you all forward as well. Neglected to do so. Definitely to their detriment there.
For the Emperor.
Move in formation.
Deal with these Night Runners up front here. You guys keep chopping through the Deathmaster. Our archers got absolutely eviscerated.
Soldier and leader. Kill for
Keep clobbering those Warp Grinders.
Never conquered.
Alright, we've cleared enough of the enemy out.
Move as wind.
Time to move on the
For Cathay.
Poison Wind mortars there. We'll have both of you to start bothering the Deathmaster.
The celestial faithful.
We await the
Main
enemy.
fun, press through.
Just overwhelmed.
Oh, they got caught by Ikshas.
Seeking Cathay's foes.
Peasant archers. Harmonious war.
You stay in. You boys just go through. Some of you will have to get taken out by Ix's triads, the rest can make it.
Jade warriors! The celestial faithful!
Gutter runners are taking the side route there.
Among many.
They will perish with joy. Stone and
Definitely one of
steel.
them fighting the Deathmaster, just want them shooting at him in a good area.
It is fated. Attack in
Help out with Ix's triads there. Ming Fan should be clobbering the triad, or the Eshin sorcerer.
Restore order.
Horseman, move in formation.
You all take down the Poison Wind Mortar. That should be a very easy job. Let's make sure these Warp Grinders don't come on back, so keep layering fire on them. Ix's triads need a little bit of encouragement to leave.
Celestial fury.
Marching as one! Lord in harmony!
Celestial General!
Yes!
Help out Ix's. We don't need both of you coming on back. You boys chase the clan rats. You two can go after the Warp Grinders there, because if they come on back, they're going to rip you apart. Alright, Thousand Horsemen, if you dealt with the Poison Wind, perfect. Go ahead, pull through.
Guided by ancestors. Peasant horseman.
Little by little, ripping through the rats here.
Fury!
Slow advance.
Move as wind!
For Cathay!
Keep shotgunning.
Move as wind!
Might have to go for these Night Runners first, though.
Zhang faithful! Anything for Cathay!
Ming Fan, keep clobbering the Sorcerer.
Order and balance!
You boys just hang out. Let's go ahead and send 2 of these horsemen back to chase off these spears. Oh, we really don't need both.
Defenders of Cathay!
You blanket them in some arrows real quick.
Never conquered! Never conquered!
Jade warrior. Dagon's commander.
I guess those guys weren't even actually Ix's triads, they're just normal Eshin ones.
Archers!
By celestial decree!
Activate your shield once more there. You boys go after any of the horsemen that are not moving. Just go chase down some gutter runners. Catch them between an anvil and a lovely hammer.
Cavalry!
Down those warp grinders. We'll let you boys turn around and help out against the gutter runners as well. The rats are all over the place. We want you guys coming back.
Strike my dragon! Warriors!
Just crash into the other side of the triads there.
Grand general. Marshal might.
Hunt him down there, General.
Wind and fire! Seeking Cathay's foe!
Awesome. Pull through once more. I think the rats should break here.
One!
Their disparate units are kind of all over the map. Looks like the Deathmaster did finally dive into the shotgun-wielding ladies, but it was too late.
Defenders
Deathmaster
of
falls.
Cathay!
Alright, we'll take the close victory, and the Deathmaster, even though he looks like he doesn't lose his entire force, he was in March, so they're about to all disappear. We gain the Cloak of the Moon Wind, allowing one of our units to be a stalking unit. We're gonna go out, it's just for a Lorder hero, so he should now have stock with his gigantic hammer. That works for me. I think we're gonna go ahead and take the replenishment one further time here, just so we can move on and reclaim our lost lands.
You are Cathay.
Awesome. Deathmaster by nature, so we have more success chance, and he gains stock just kind of naturally.
Celestial General.
So let's come on in here and get rid of that item then. Cloak of the Moon Wind, we shall give you over to perhaps Shun Ma. Allowing her to be incredibly sneaky. Casting spells kind of at whim.
Celestial General.
Alright, Ming Fan, I'm going to go ahead and give you hard to hit. And then we'll start working on his sure aim as well.
A great day, but let us avoid hubris.
What a lad. Great day, but let us avoid hubris.
Stay mobile.
Stone Yosef.
Trickery is unbecoming,
Oh, you'll
but
be alright.
necessary.
Oh, but necessary. Is there any good ambush chance here? Looks like no, we just
The
don't really
battle
want
is
the
won.
rats to know we're here.
And so shall the war.
Beautiful.
General.
Bull. Really looks like the Burning Wind are doing fine for now, but Nakai is starting to rip through the Eastern River Lords. We need to get down here and stop him quickly. He's already got his golden tribute, so extra ward save all around him and perfect vigor. Nasty.
Instrument of the divine.
I think to deal with Kroxagor, we're going to need lots of extra shotguns. So let's go ahead and pull on down past Shyama's Rest. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of 2 more units of archers. Actually replace them with
You will serve Cathay elsewhere.
some Iron Hail guns. No, in my head, we're just replacing their bows with shotguns. So, Q Duan, you're gonna come on over here and recruit in Gotrek and Felix, who have managed to meet the legendary hero duo, Gotrek and Felix, while they travel through the province. Over some tankards of ale, Gotrek reveals to you that he is seeking the most heroic death possible. Felix suggests that he and Gotrek join your cause. Slayer seems unenthusiastic at first, but is soon persuaded that you can help him achieve the great doom he craves. Felix tells you privately that really he welcomes the safety and numbers our forces will provide. We are going to hire them, recruiting Gotrek and Felix.
Now I can sheath my sword and put quill to paper.
Got a bit hairy there, my lad, but you fought well.
Indeed. So Gotrek and Felix will join our squad for
Strategize.
30 turns. We're going to go ahead and kick out our magistrate here. You have served us well. But we've got Gotrek and Felix. And we're going to send him straight away up north and start ripping into the rats. So let's move up to the Baleful Hills. I'm going to go ahead and give them a few units of archers.
Onwards to death!
Onwards to death. Indeed, we'll give them a few archers. They cost a bit, but we would like, since Gotrek and Felix are going to be surrounded most of the time, we'd like those archers to be firing in over their backs as much as we can help. In the Aymara swamps, we throw in the provincial capital town here. Shall be fantastic once that actually finishes. We've got 2 turns to wait in Shangwu. But over in Pahuax, we could go ahead and upgrade the provincial capital up to a village. Sounds great. Looks like Inzitep is going to go ahead and start recruiting up some more soldiers. You hate to see it. But is there anything really we can do about it? Their strength rank 53. It's kind of a question of where do we think Mazdamundi is.
Sorcery through me.
Let's pull on away from the army here.
Fresh chemicals.
Seek some fresh chemicals. We are going to come on up and attack the Fallen Gates.
Wind flows through me.
Only depending on...
Changyang sends me.
I don't see Mazdamundi. We pull on out. I don't think he has
Your followers think you a fool.
land over here either.
Time is lacking.
Alright. We're going to go past Inzitep
I
and attack the Fallen Gates. That's where we find Mazdamundi nearby.
Clod.
I don't see him.
Death.
We'll surround them. Were you calling it Claude, Shunma?
Alchemists of Changyang become fleet.
Expedite.
So the Fallen Gates, nothing but some Saurus and some Skinks. We'll go ahead and give this one to the auto-resolve. We lose 132. Very spread out, though. So like 5 in each unit. And we're going to go ahead and simply occupy.
Expanding harmony across.
This now gains us the Bandits of the Silver Road and the Grace of Kuai Yin, which is just in time.
Celestial commands.
We're going to grab the Grace of Kuai Yin. Fine.
The Jade.
Oh,
Dragon.
yeah? That's messed up.
The
Hope we can go ahead and
architect
add them into everyone we can then.
for Cathay. Keeper of Wuxing.
And then we'll go ahead and kick these guys on out then.
We will return whenever called upon.
And just head on back to the fields. We'll grab ourselves these Celestial Dragon crossbows. They act very, very similarly to Sisters of Avalor. They've got magical attacks, armor-piercing missile strength. They also have a Mark of Yin activated ability, where they are able to drop missile resistance by 20%, armor by 30, and then missile block chance by 24, which is almost a death sentence for anything being shot at by a squad of archers. So, the Grace of Kuai Yin, welcome.
We require a balance of force.
The other squad of Arwar units, we are going to deploy, instead of with Peng Bo here, what does Nakai have? We'll hang back on the recruiting of the bandits just until we figure out if Nakai has regeneration or not. We'll definitely want to make sure that whoever we're fighting that has regeneration, or soldiers that do have it, are being scythed down by flaming arrows, that will limit their regeneration there.
Victory is not mine.
Healing will not work out quite as well. All of Cathay's. Alright, well, with that victory over the rats, I think we are going to be out of time for today, but let's go ahead and do one more intern. Just one more.
Lord of Fear.
Indeed. We're going to sneak on out and be a bit spooky.
Spread the Emperor's words. Be as night winds.
He is the Night Wind. The reinforcements from Spectazuma should be more than enough to overwhelm the Druki in a straight-up fight. Now, those bleak swords are pretty dangerous.
The glory of Cathay is unparalleled.
We kind of want to make sure he doesn't come over here and mess with us. Ningbo,
Lord of Yin and Yang. Erect a shrine.
we'll
to
just
our
defend
ancestors.
Spectazuma properly. Alright then. This shall be the turn.
Shall we talk over tea?
Shall we talk over tea? Philip Braggs would like to trade. I don't mind taking a trade agreement for now. Do you think I'm going to wipe you out at some point? No, you know what? That would be better not to deal with the trade agreement at all then. We could use the Jade Mask in order to kind of stop any kind of negative things from happening for attacking Philip. But let's not waste the tokens on that. Caravan encounter hungry, hungry ogres. There's a stench in the air. The unmistakable aroma of cooking bones. A band of ogres burst forth, drool dripping from their mouths. They look on hungrily at your retinue. Their leader shouts out his demand. They'll let you pass if they can eat some of your meat. They don't mean the cargo in the caravan. Hasn't long spears? Never. Decisive victory with medium casualties. We are already a bit weakened here, but there's only a few units that we need to focus down. So let's have one more battle against these ogres here, and we'll end the episode after that. Okay, this should be quick. It is going to be Operation Ignore the Noblars and just bring down the Lord and such. We'll have the Captain and the Magistrate up front.
Personification of law.
Personification of law.
Peasant archers.
Archers,
Stone and
ready to
steel.
deliver death. Crossbows as well.
Jade the crossbows. Sun Yang's faithful.
Our halberd warriors ready to go.
Order and balance.
We don't really need the angle approach this time, but
Celestial
in the light to go for it.
never conquer.
Have spearmen behind, offset a little bit.
Jade warriors.
Listen up.
Any beast spells, I would prefer go down to the captain
Dragons.
or the magistrate.
Thoughts in harmony.
We'll see though.
Stand together and fight as
Everyone's all together, and battle begin. We are going to actually advance ever so slightly.
trust in the dragons. The victory shall be certain. Cavalry, bring in
Bring the cavalry up and around. Slaughtermaster of beasts, yeah. So we will want to have our magistrate and captain trying to stop him from getting in and casting spells.
Archers,
Whatever is required. Duties are fated.
stone and steel.
Take the high ground once more here.
Cavalry, the Emperor expects. I must
We can really just use our great longbow riders to destroy the enemy lord.
move in formation. Cross a bow length.
Naturally.
With infinite pride.
He's hiding in the woods, but everyone else is not, so go ahead and push the lads forward. Bring the longbow around. That's what he's trying to avoid, the longbow. The enemy lord is. Just smash up some Noblar in the middle there. They did drop down the murder of crows, but I'm not sure where he is hiding. Slaughtered that first group really quickly. There he is. Archers, here's your target. Spears, get on in there. Go ahead and run away from the Slaughtermaster. Let the archers do their work. The longbow have slaughtered the brutes up front. No problem. Let's come on over and help out with the Noblars on the other side there. You guys should be able to easily rat off Noblars that try to come back. Ooh, lots of damage from the murder of crows. But there's the victory. Sheer number of bolts hitting this guy in the back. That's right. You should have thought about it. The Chungus kingdoms have been bested. I'm going to chase off a bunch of these fools here, and I will catch you all in a moment. Alright, we managed to send the ogres packing and only losing 42 in the process. For some reason, we are incredibly damaged. Must have been not gotten much replenishment in Cathay. We'll take the Veneration of the Elders and hope. Alright then. With that victory, the Blood Guzzlers are gone. We got a new Swordmaster, a Warhorse, and that is about it. So for now, I'm going to be out of time for today. I have been at Space Wizard Total War. I believe the light for the light god in the 7th Zone. I'll see you on the next one.